All the material that you're gonna need for this build is a 6-foot 2x4 and about 12 inches of a 1x10. So the first thing that we wanna do is we wanna take the 2x4 and cut 3 sections at 14 inches. So now with what's left of the 2x4, cut 2 pieces at 10 inches. So now this is what you should have. You should have 3 14-inch 2x4s, 2 9-inch 2x4s, and your 12-inch piece of 1x10. So the reason why we cut the 2x4s first is we're gonna take the 3 14-inch 2x4s, we're gonna glue them all together as one piece. Gonna take the 2 10-inch 2x4s, also glue them together as one piece, and while they're sitting there drying, we can work on the 1x10. Every 2x4 comes from the factory with like a rounded edge, so use whatever technique that you want to get rid of that rounded edge, because we want a really good flat surface for these 3 boards and those 2 boards to glue together. All right, so now while the 2x4s are drying, let us go ahead and work with the 1x10. We want to cut this 1x10 8 inches by 11 inches. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this on the table saw and get me a really nice straight edge, cut off this factory edge because it gets beat up a little bit in stores and stuff. So cut off a really nice edge, and then I'll measure out my 8 inches by 11 inches. All right, so now I've cut off a clean edge, so it's nice and straight. This is actually a poplar 1x10, and I love this pattern that you see right here. I think they call that sapwood. I actually like the way that looks, gives a little bit of contrast. So this is I'm gonna leave this in there. I'm gonna measure from this side over 8 inches, and then we'll measure down this way 11 inches. All right, so I got the 1x material cut down to 11 inches long by 8 inches wide. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna be taking this wireless phone charger and we're gonna be cutting us a recess in the bottom of this 1x material. And so that way we can place this in there to be almost hidden. Well, I mean, it will be hidden. Once you have it down, you won't see it. The best position for this is about to start this at inch and 3/4 from the very front. Because whenever you sit your phone down, I think it's about right in the center. So if you got that at 1 3/4 from the front, that's gonna be perfect. Okay, and just trace it out the best that you can. And you wanna leave a little bit of like wiggle room for your charger to sit down in there, so you don't have to make the circle so tight. Okay. All right, so I took my time and made that circle. It doesn't look, I wouldn't say it looks beautiful, but it works. So this fits in there really nicely, and it has wiggle room, which is good. I didn't want it to be like very, very tight in there. I ended up keeping about an 1/8 inch of material right here. So I dropped my router bit down until I got to about an 1/8 inch of material, which is gonna be plenty sturdy enough. It's not like it's gonna break or anything, but that also makes it to where the phone or the charger should detect the phone whenever you sit the phone there and should be able to charge through it. But before I make that determination, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and use my router table to make a nice straight line right here. All right, so that way my wire can come out of here, and I'm gonna go about the same depth as what I've got here, and then I'm gonna put the charger in there, put my phone on there, and see if it actually works, to see if I need to go any deeper. It now fits in here very nicely, so I can put that in there. My wire goes back through there, so once it's laid down, everything will be nice and clean. All right, so it fits good, but does it work? Oh yeah. Okay, so now we know that everything that we've done underneath this base plate works out perfectly. The charger fits in there good, the wire fits in there really good, and once it's flipped over and in place, it detects that whenever the phone gets put down on there. So we don't need to do anything else underneath this base plate. But instead of having like a perfect rectangle for a base plate, let's dress it up a little bit. Let's add, you know, like a rounded over edge here, rounded over edge here, probably a small rounded over edge back here. But honestly, this is where you would just use your imagination. You know, of course, you can follow this video step by step and do exactly what I'm doing, perfectly fine. But you know, you could also put your own creativity to it and do whatever you want to do. So now let's cut these 2x4s down to their dimensions that they're going to be. The bigger set of 2x4s, which stands 14 inches tall, we want that to be a perfect 3 inches by 3 inches. So 3 inches this way, 3 inches that way. The other set of 2x4s, we want it to be 3 inches one way, 1.5 inches the other way. So go ahead and get that cut right now. 3 inches by 3 inches, 3 inches by 1.5 inches. So now we should have a perfect 3 inch by 3 inch block and a 3 inch by 1.5 inch block. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut these down to their size that they're actually going to be. The reason why I cut these a little bit longer in the very beginning is because sometimes whenever you glue ups aren't perfect. So this block of wood, the 3 inch by 3 inch block of wood, is going to be cut down to 13.5 inches. So we're going to cut us a nice straight edge right here. We're going to measure from that straight edge, cut 13.5 inches. And this one is going to be the 3 inch by 1.5 inch, 1.5 inch block is going to be 9 inches. So again, cut us a nice clean edge and then measure over 9 inches and make that cut. We got our 3 inch by 3 inch block, which would go like this. And then we got our 3 inch by 1.5 inch block that would go like this. Now, of course, you could stop right here and you could just leave everything just the way it is. You could take a router bit and you could round over these sharp edges. You can do whatever you please to do. But I don't like, you know, such a blocky look. So I actually made a template and I'm going to put this curve on it. So it's going to look something like that. So I think this might be as far as I'm going to go with this design. I've rounded over that front edge on the top, made that little curve right there going down. You know, got the front of the base rounded over, the back of the base rounded over a little bit. I think that's as far as I'm going to go with this. So now we've already got the wireless charger cut out. Now I want to add a light to the top of this guy right here. All right, so I'm going to use a 3/8 inch bit and I'm going to drill a hole as far down as I can get this 3/8 inch bit through. I don't have a drill press or anything like that, so I'm going to have to use this Kreg little drill guide or whatever. All it does is kind of keeps things straight for you, so that way we don't go in the board sideways or anything. Okay, so now those two holes are connected on the inside of this board, and the reason why we did that is so that way we can put a little lamp kit on the top of this lamp itself. All right, so the lamp is going to come right out of here. All right, so here's the little lamp kit. I'm going to have a link in the description below for the lamp kit that I used and for the wireless charger that we're going to use in this build, so that way you can just go right there and get the same thing that I've already got So if you want to, you can make the holes a little bit bigger. And I will say, since I've already done this one time, a bigger hole will help you feed this wire through, because you have to make that sharp 90-degree turn, go through the back right here, come all the way up, and then once you get here, it has to make a sharp 90-degree turn. The reason why I like using the 3/8 inch hole is because these little things that come with the lamp kit, which this screws into and holds the actual lamp up, fits perfectly in a 3/8 inch hole. All right, so we've got it all glued up, so we're just gonna let it sit up for a couple of hours, and we'll come back and add all the hardware to it. I figured I'd just use some hot glue, just that way if anything ever happened and I need to change out this wireless charger, I can do so pretty easily. Just pop this out of there. So I do know what you're thinking, and yes, you are right. I should have stained or painted, whatever you plan to do, the project before I got this far with adding the light and stuff, but oh well. So there you have it. Not only is this a very cool and fun thing to build, but it is also very practical. To have a lamp and a charging station for your phone all in one component, I think is a pretty cool idea. You could batch these out for Christmas presents, or even to sell them, or whatever you'd like to do, or just make one or two for yourself. That way you can put on your coffee table, end table, nightstand, whatever you want to do with them. That way you'll have you know, a cool little piece where it's actually functional, and you got a lamp and a charging station all in the same component. A couple other things that I wanted to show you. Number one is that if you don't want to use real wood like we did over here, 2x4 and 1x10, you can also use just scrap 3/4 inch plywood, which is exactly what I built this very first one out of. It's 3/4 inch plywood. As you can see, I got a little boo-boo right here, but that's okay. I'm calling this my prototype. I was wanting to try to test the, you know, the project and kind of get a feel for the build. But you don't even have to use real wood. That's number one. Number two, if you don't want to run the extra wire through this top portion for this light, which I like that light, but if you don't want to deal with that, you can also use these battery operated little puck lights. This light can be turned on just by pressing the button right here, just like so. Or it actually also has a remote controller that you can, you know, control it by that also. So that way, if you're on the couch or whatever, you can just grab that controller and reach over there and turn it on and off. So you can go that route too. You don't have to use real wood, and you don't have to actually use a real light socket, whichever way you want to go. But anyway, I think this is a very neat build, and I hope you enjoyed the video. YouTube thinks that you'll like this video right here in the corner, so click on that video and I will see you over there.